What is up, Sexy Beast? Bald Mrs. Claus here, and today we're going to be doing the top 10 best weapons in all of Call of Duty Zombies history. That's everything from World War II to Black Ops 3. We're not going to be including Infinite Warfare because Infinite Warfare or Exo Zombies. Why? And we're also not going to be including World War II Zombies because it's still relatively new and it's not made by Treyarch, and I kind of want to keep it like developer by developer basis. So once World War II is all finished, we'll go back and do a bunch of top 5s and top 10s and that. Now this video was kind of a spur of the moment video. I was actually live streaming yesterday and a bunch of people started asking me about the Smith Blaze top 10. So I was like, oh, what'd he do? He also did a top 10 of best weapons, and I gotta say, I don't really agree with it. It didn't really seem like it was a top 10 best weapons video as much as it was like a top 10 favorite weapons, because I didn't agree with that list, like at all. Like when it comes to Easter eggs, I will admit I'm shit. There's a lot of things that I am shit at in zombies, but when it comes to weapons, I think I'm pretty good at deciding which weapon is better and which weapon is absolute shit. So with saying all that, let's go ahead and jump right into this top 10. So taking the number 10 spot is going to be the SCARH. So in my top 10 assault rifles video, this actually placed second right behind the number 1 spot, which is going to be a little higher in the list, but still the SCARH is an absolute amazing weapon. I loved it on Origins. It really kicks some ass. The only real problem I have with it is its fire rate isn't, you know, as fast as I would like it, and it also sucks that it's not a wall weapon, so once you're out of ammo, you're kind of fucked. And that's why I put it at the number 10 spot and not actually higher on the list. But saying that, the SCARH does have some pretty good things about it. Number 1, it is one of the most powerful assault rifles in Call of Duty Zombies history. It's putting out a lot of fucking power, and on round 50, you're going to be able to get a lot of kills. Not instantaneous or anything like that, but over time, as long as you're going for headshots, you can definitely take out a lot of zombies, and that's why I put the SCARH at number 10. Alright, and taking the number 9 spot is actually one of my personal favorite weapons in all of Call of Duty Zombies history. It's going to be the Haymaker, or an upgrade to the Shoe Shining. So the reason I really love the Haymaker is because it's an automatic shotgun, and like, what's there not to love about an automatic shotgun? The Haymaker is actually going to produce a lot of power. You're going to be just going straight through those zombies' faces, just straight through the back of their heads. And on high rounds, you're actually going to be able to kill a lot of zombies on round 50. It's going to take a couple shots first. It's not like a one and done sort of deal, but as long as you're either 1, really close, or 2, at least aiming for the head, I feel like you could take out a lot of zombies with this weapon. And also, it's really good against boss zombies. I love taking this weapon into the Easter egg fights. It really does help. The only thing that the Haymaker is piss poor at, and that kind of goes for like every single shotgun in zombies, is early rounds and points. If I get this thing before like round 15, yeah, I'm probably gonna pass it up because it's not worth it. Don't get it. You're just wasting your time. Save it for like the 20s and 30s. Hell, even if you get it on higher rounds, it's still gonna be really good. So that's why I put the Haymaker at number 9. Alright, and taking the number 8 spot is going to be the Black Ops 3 version of the MG08. Now, I'm not trying to shit on the Black Ops 2 version. It was really good on round 50, but it was definitely nowhere near as good as the Black Ops 3 version. The Black Ops 3 version really fucking surprised me. Now, unfortunately, when this game first came out, this is actually when I got this footage, you didn't have the ricochet effect. I believe they actually did put it in a little bit later, but sadly, when I got this footage, I did not have the ricochet bullets going all over the screen, so you really don't get to see everything that this weapon can do, but you get a pretty good gist of it. On round 50, you're going to be able to kill a lot of fucking zombies. Now, this is not the best LMG in all Call of Duty Zombies history, but it's definitely one of them. It's really good on early rounds, mid rounds, high rounds, you name it. This weapon is going to be for you. The only problems I have with the MG08 is 1, your movement speed. The main reason I don't like LMGs is because you just move so fucking slow, and it really is a huge turnoff, especially like back in World War when you have like the MG42 and the Browning. Oh my god, the movement speed with those weapons was absolutely atrocious. And don't forget about the PTRS. That's why I really kind of shied away from LMGs for a very, very long time until Black Ops 3. Once Black Ops 3 came around and these LMGs started doing a lot of fucking work, I kind of got turned on by them a little bit. So that's why I think the Black Ops 3 MG08 definitely deserves the number 8 spot. It's going to kick some ass no matter what round you're on, and it's definitely a really good weapon for high rounds. Alright, and coming in at number 7 is going to be the ICR. Now in my top 10 best assault rifles video, this came in at number 1. It's not as powerful as the SCARH, but the one thing that it does have over the SCARH is it's a wall weapon, and it's still pretty powerful. It's not the most powerful, but it's definitely going to put out a lot of damage. That's why I put it at number 1 spot, and that's why I'm putting it at the number 7 spot in this list. Having an assault rifle that's really fucking good, and that's also a wall weapon, makes for an incredible combination. Now, a lot of you guys might be saying, why isn't the AN-94 on here? Well, I don't think it's as good as the ICR. I think the ICR actually beats it by just a smidge. If you were to ask me which weapon I would rather have on round 50, I'm definitely probably going to prefer the ICR. It's just so fucking good on high rounds. And when I actually first used this weapon on round 50, I was pleasantly surprised. I didn't really think it was going to be that good, because like when you're using this weapon, for some reason, it just doesn't feel that powerful. It doesn't really feel like it's gonna kick a lot of zombies' ass or really do anything. But once you throw some attachments on there, and once you really get this thing rolling, you're going to be able to get a lot of kills, and plus, on some maps, it's a wall weapon, so you can constantly go back and get more and more ammo. So technically, in a way, you get infinite amount of kills. I mean, if that's how you kind of want to look at it. But I definitely do think the ICR deserves to be on this list. It's an incredible assault rifle, and it's definitely one of my preferred ones if I'm going to high rounds, so that's why I put it at number 7. So ticking the number 6 spot is going to be the Black Ops 3 Dingo. Now the Dingo is it is the best LMG in Call of Duty Zombies history. That's not even an opinion, it's a fact. This thing is absolutely amazing on high rounds, early rounds, you name it. The only problem again I have with it is it's an LMG and you're gonna kind of move a little slow. And it doesn't carry as much ammo as some other LMGs, but it definitely does make up for that, and just how much fucking power this thing can put out. It's going to be able to kill some zombies on round 1, round -10, round 15, round 50, you fucking name it. I mean, if you get any higher than 50, it's going to start to poop out. But up until that point, it's really fucking good, and I would definitely recommend it. Like, this was the first LMG that kind of got me back into LMGs. When I first used this thing in Black Ops 3, I was like, holy shit. This thing is actually really fucking good, and I might actually get this more often. And whenever I get this weapon out of the box, if I'm going up against a boss zombie or if I'm just going to high rounds, I generally end up keeping it, and I can't say that with a lot of other weapons and zombies, but the Dingo, whenever I see it out of the box, I'm pleasantly surprised. I'm like, alright, things are going to go pretty well. The Dingo is a very, very reliable weapon. It's going to get you some points, it's going to kill you some zombies, it's going to fucking do everything. But unfortunately, on high rounds, it's not as good as the number 5 spot, and taking the number 5 spot is going to be the Draken. Now, a lot of you might be asking, why is the Draken not higher on the list? Well, just wait until we get to the other fucking numbers, because the Draken definitely deserves the number 5 spot in my book. It definitely does beat out the Dingo, because I feel like I can get a lot more kills with the Draken on high rounds than I could with the Dingo. And also, if I'm going into a boss fight, or if I'm trying to take out a boss zombie, or if I'm just trying to survive, I would much rather have the Draken. It's fucking extremely powerful. I remember when Black Ops 3 was first released, the ultimate strategy in the Giant was get the Draken, go to that catwalk, well, make sure you have the Draken upgraded, make sure you have like turned or fireworks on it, either one, they're both very good options, and just sit on that catwalk. And I've been able to stay on that catwalk up until I think around 45 was actually the farthest I can make it before I had to eventually jump down because I just got overrun. If that does not tell you how good this weapon actually is, I don't know what fucking will. Even unupgraded wise on high rounds, it's still really fucking powerful. So the Draken definitely deserves this spot. Unfortunately, it's not a wall weapon or anything, so you're gonna go through ammo very, very quick. I wouldn't really make it your main zombie killing weapon if you're going to high rounds. That should definitely be like your wonder weapon or something, but this is an excellent substitute if you need it, or just need a backup weapon, or need a boss zombie weapon. The Draken will probably be able to get that job done, so that's why I put it at number 5. Alright, and taking the number 4 spot is going to be the Boom Hilda, not the Mauser. The Mauser unupgraded sucks ass, but once you upgrade to the Boom Hilda, it's one of my all-time favorite weapons in Call of Duty Zombies history. It's definitely in the top 5. I fucking love this weapon. I like to refer to it as a mini Mark II. Basically what that means is it's the Ray Gun Mark II's little brother. It's not going to be as good as the Ray Gun Mark II, but it's pretty damn near close. Whenever anyone ever asks me, hey, I need help on Origins, I just can't fucking get it done, I always tell them the same thing. Keep your Mauser and upgrade it, because you basically spawn in with an amazing weapon. Well, not really like an amazing weapon, but you spawn in with the chance to get an amazing weapon. So that is why I definitely think the Mauser deserves a spot. Well, not the Mauser, the Boom Hilda deserves this spot. It's pretty fucking good. On round 50, you're going to be able to get a lot of kills. The only downside about this weapon, and the reason it's not higher on the list, is because of its ammo. You're going to go through ammo so fucking quick that after a couple of shots, you're going to be like, whoa, where the fuck? I just had full ammo. Where the fuck did it all go? Even though for a pistol, it carries a lot, it's just with this weapon, you go through it very, very quick, and I wish there was an easier way to get more ammo besides using like gobble gums, or I wish it was a wall weapon, or I wish it just carried more. Any of those things would be greatly appreciated, but sadly it is not, and that's why it deserves this spot. Alright, and taking the number 3 spot is going to be the Banshee, or an upgrade to the Slachdan of the Kalich. Dude, I don't fucking know. But the Banshee definitely deserves the number 3 spot. Now, I really have never talked too much about the Banshee. I personally don't like it, but I will admit, it is fucking good as shit on high rounds. On round 50, it's a one-shot headshot. Not too many other weapons can actually say that. I think the Banshee is like one of the very few weapons that can actually say one shot, one kill on round 50. There's really hardly any other weapons that can actually claim that. And sadly, this was not in my top 10 shotguns video because I don't know, would you like technically classify this as a shotgun, an energy weapon? a fucking alien weapon. I don't know what you would classify this as, so that's why it really hasn't like been in any of my top 10s, because I just don't fucking know. And also, like I said before, I just really don't like using it, but I will admit it's really fucking good, and that's why I put it at the number 3 spot. So if you are playing Revelations or you're playing a custom zombies map and you need a kick-ass weapon, the Banshee is definitely for you. I don't think I would grab it on early rounds or even like the 20s or something. I might grab it on like the 30s and on, because I feel like up until that point it's kind of useless, but once you really need something to kick some ass, the Banshee is definitely going to be it, so that's why I put it at the number 3 spot. Alright, and taking the number 2 spot is going to be the SVU. Now this might get a lot of people pissed off. A lot of you guys think this should either be higher or lower or right here. I don't know what you're thinking. But I think the SVU definitely deserves the number 2 spot. It's one of the greatest weapons in all of Call of Duty Zombies history. If I'm playing Die Rise, you bet your ass I'm getting this weapon, because it's a wall weapon. It's in a pretty decent location, especially if you're training down in the like Chinese food restaurant area. The SVU is readily available, and it's really fucking good on high rounds. Honestly, this thing is comparable to the Draken, but I think this weapon wins because it's a wall weapon. You have like infinite amount of ammo. On high rounds, a couple shots to that zombie's face and they're going down in an instant. You can clear waves of 24 incredibly fucking quick. And kind of like a little unknown strategy, this and Vulture make for a very good combination. In Buried, I was actually able to camp in this little area for a pretty long time with the SVU. So Vulture and the SVU make for a really good combo, totally would recommend. And I really do hope we get to see this weapon return. I feel like it was really underrated. I feel like not too many people know about its badassery, and I feel like more people should. That's a crime. If you don't know how good this weapon is, you need to just spank yourself. That is just not right. Go back and play. Don't play Die Rise. That map is shit. Go play like Buried. I can kind of understand playing that map. Go play Buried, use the SVU, have some fun with it, learn how fucking good it is, and then you will thank me later. Alright, so coming in at number 1 is a weapon that I feel like gets no credit whatsoever, and that pisses me off, even less credit than the SVU. And that's going to be the Rift E9. This weapon is slowly but surely becoming one of my all-time favorite weapons. I would definitely put it in the top 5 at this point. When I first used this weapon in Revelations, I was like, alright, it's good, you know, it's just got too slow a fire rate for me. But as I slowly started to use it a little bit more, I've come to love the Rift E9, and on round 50, you're going to be able to take out a shit ton of zombies. This thing is not only insanely powerful, but it carries so much ammo, and like, what more could you possibly want? Well, a faster fire rate would be awesome, but hey, I can live without that if it's putting out as much damage and has as much ammo as it does. And I think the reason I really have come to love this is because whenever I play a custom zombies map, the Rift E9 is like one of the first weapons I end up getting for some reason, or at least it was when I first started playing custom maps, and I just slowly started to use it more and more, and I've come to love it. It's saved my ass so many fucking times. It's carried me through so many rounds. The Rift E9, in my opinion, is the greatest weapon in all of Call of Duty Zombies history. Put away your nostalgia boners. The PPSH doesn't deserve to be on this list. It's a good early round weapon, but past round 30, just throw that fucking thing away. It's not that good. Put all your other prejudice aside. We're just looking at how good is a weapon on high rounds, and the Rift E9, you can't get any better than that. It carries a lot of ammo. It does a lot of damage. Your mobility isn't going to be impacted. The Rift E9 is like one of the greatest weapons in all of Call of Duty Zombies history, as long as we're not looking at wonder weapons, which we weren't in this video for obvious reasons. So saying all that, that is my top 10 best weapons in all of Call of Duty Zombies history. Let me know what you think in the comments. Everyone's list could be a little bit different. I can see how you can swap out some of these weapons. Everyone plays zombies differently, so your list might be a little bit different than mine, but I definitely do think this is a sound top 10. Trust me, I've used all of these weapons on high rounds up until round 50 a million fucking times. I know when they poop out. I know what rounds they're best in. When it comes to weapons, I'm the weapon guy, you know? I don't mean to flaunt my stuff, but I'm the weapon guy. When it comes to Easter eggs, go find someone else. I fucking suck at Easter eggs, but when it comes to weapons, you bet your ass I've shot real ones, and I know... You can bet your ass that I know exactly sort of what I may be talking about. But saying all that, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and real quick, shout out to my Patreon supporters. If you're a certain Patreon member, you get your name on my head during live streams, but unfortunately I was too busy this week and last week with work, like a lot of work, so I haven't been able to do a Patreon stream, so I threw DJ and Ark's name on my head right now. So thank you guys so much for being my Patreon supporters. I love you. Kiss. And if you guys want to be a Patreon supporter, check out that link right down below. It'll take you straight to it. And also follow my bald ass on Twitter and Instagram if you want to sort of keep up to date with what I'm doing. And don't go follow my Discord. It's toxic as fuck. And follow me on Twitch because maybe I'll stream there. I don't fucking know. And lastly, hopefully you guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.